Hi there, and today I've come to the fantastic Furnace Mill Fishery, and I'm going to be doing a little bit of method feeder fishing. It's about midday now. I'm going to be fishing till about 4:30, so hopefully in that time we can catch a few fish. It's a beautiful sunny day, bit of a breeze on in the air, but it's lovely nonetheless. So let's get cracking, let's get fishing, and let's catch some fish. Well folks, I've picked a lovely swim here. It's situated about halfway down the lake, and as I said before, I'm going to be fishing the method feeder. I'm going to be using Fuka sinkers as my hook bait, and I've got a fishery own method mix which I bought from the tackle shop here at Furnace Mill. It's a great little mix, it smells nice, it's full of betaine and aminos. It's a lovely green colour, and I'm just casting it out roughly 3/4 of the way across the lake. I'm leaving the bait exposed, and so far so good. So let's give it another chuck and see how we do. Sink the line and we're away. Bubbles already coming up and swells, so the fish is certainly on it pretty much straight away. Rod on the rest and wait for a bite. Quite a breezy day today folks. It's very windy, but it's very warm as well. It's actually a lovely day. Little rattle there on the rod top. Little tap tap tap. It's important when you get these little rattles and taps to ignore those. You don't want to be striking at them. They're not positive bites, they're just fish nosing and hitting at the feeder. You just wait for that whack round like that, and the rod really whacked round then, didn't it? And we're in. Nah, this is angry fish. Very hungry fish indeed. The net ready. Come right down under my feet. Oh, it's nice. A nice fish. Plodding around. Go on, let him pretty quickly. This one's an F1 by the looks of it, and a nice F1 at that as well, really. In he goes. Fantastic. There we go. Lovely F1. Fantastic. Let's get him back and try and catch another. A good tip is really if you're getting lots and knocks and taps on the rod tip and you haven't had a positive bite and you think you should have done, very often there can be something actually wrong. Maybe your rig's tangled or something, the bait, you've actually got a hook bait on sometimes, you know, and it's always worth winding in just to check to see, you know, if you're getting your bites within a couple of minutes and all of a sudden you cast out and you've not got a bite, sometimes there could be something wrong. In this case there's nothing wrong, but very often there could be, so it's always worth reeling in, baiting up again, checking everything, checking your rig's alright, no issues with it, no tangles, casting out, but baiting up again and casting out again. It's always worth checking. You can never be sure there's anything wrong with your rig. Another tip today is that I've actually got my rod tip quite close to the water. Now I'm doing that because there's a strong crosswind. There's quite a strong wind, and I don't want the wind blowing my line near my rod tip, giving me false indications, false bounces on my rod tip. So I'm keeping my rod tip very close to the water. That's very important when you're fishing in windy conditions with a quiver tip, is to try and keep your your rod tip as close to the water as possible. There we go. Oh, I missed it. So a change of hook bait. And in a short while I'll talk to you about the rig I'm using, talk you through it and show you how to basically how to load it up. Right then, so let's take a look at my rig and the bait I'm actually using on it. Now it's a simple method feeder rig. It's a simple 15 gram method feeder. It's a flatbed feeder. I've got a short hook length, about 5 inches long, and all I've got on the end of there is a hair rig with a little hookable, or sort of say hair riggable pellet. These ones are made by Fuka, they're sinkers, and they're great little baits, brightly coloured, so the fish can find them easily. On the method feeder itself, I'm using this. This is a fish meal ground bait that's sold here at Furnace Mill, and it's full of all different sort of things. It's got soluble fish meals, betaine, and ground, coarse ground pellets in it as well. So that's a lovely ground bait. It smells really fishy, and I've mixed it up in a little bait tub. Now that binds well together really well into a ball. It's really good stuff. And all I'm doing is I've got this little method mould here which comes with the feeder. I put a little bit of the ground bait in there, and all I'm basically doing is I'm just pushing the method feeder into the mould, taking the bait and the method feeder all together out of the mould and give it another squeeze just to make sure it's on. I'm actually leaving the hook bait free of the feeder. I'm not putting it inside the feeder. I found that's the best way today, to leave the hook bait free, so that when it lands on the bottom, the hook bait sat right next to it, and that's very enticing for a carp or an F1 to come along, find the feeder, spot the bicoloured bait, pick it up, and we're away. That's it, simple, basic, but effective. It's a bit different to bite a drop back. This feels like a better fish than the last one. It's moving quite slowly, kiting to my left. So see what this is then. Is it an F1 or is it a carp? I think this might be a carp. This one, oh, that's an F1 I think. So it's dorsal fin. Yeah, another F1. But welcome nonetheless. Here we go, lovely F1. Another beautiful fish. Fantastic. Let's get him back. Well, there you go, the F1s keep on coming and the fishing is absolutely fantastic today. I'm really enjoying it. I'm not yet caught an actual proper carp, a king carp, having all F1s, but I'm hoping I can catch a carp eventually. This one's a lively fella, so I'm going to get him back as soon as possible. But there you go, another F1 falls to the method feeder. They're actually boiling the feeder now as soon as it hits the surface, so at some point I am expecting a take on the drop. Wouldn't surprise me, because they are really having it now. Keep repeatedly casting the method feeder to the same spot. It's built up a bit of a baited area. And a bit of a congregation of fish, and there's another one. That was a whacking bite, that was. Certainly are. Really having it now. It's fabulous fishing, it really is. It's important when you're fishing the method feed to keep hitting the same spot or the same area when you're casting your method feeder in. This is a nice fish actually. I don't actually know, this could actually be a carp. Oh, it's come off. Oh, I think that was a carp. I don't think that was an F1. If it was an F1, it was a big one. But unfortunately, slipped the hook. Parted company with the hook, unfortunately, but never mind. I think that was a carp. So the carp have moved in now. Hopefully they'll push out the F1s and we'll catch more actual carp rather than the F1s we've been having. So fingers crossed, we'll get a carp soon. I told you that would happen. On the drop, as soon as it hit the lag bed, I haven't even put the rod on the rest and I was away. This is only a smaller fish, this one. It's coming in a lot slower anyway, this is just swimming back towards me. Oh, it's a bit heavier now. Darting around. I don't know what this is. Darting around 100 miles an hour. That's a little F1. It's only a lively fella. Actually a bit like a little mirror carp actually. Looked a bit mirror-like. Yeah, I think it is. I think it's a little mirror carp, is it? Or is it an F1? Yes, a little mirror carp. How about that? So maybe, just maybe, the carp have moved in now and pushed the F1s out of the swim. That's what I'm hoping. It can happen. It does happen regularly. Oh, this is right on, maybe down this right hand side. But it's a mirror carp. How can I get him in? Yes, done. Here you go. There you go. A little mirror carp. And it's more than welcome. There you go. Little mirror carp. Beautiful little fish. First proper carp of the day. And I'm really happy to catch this fish because it means that now the carp have moved into the area I'm constantly casting to. So hopefully I can catch a few more of these. Another fish. There's a great bite, that one was. I think this one might actually be a carp as well. Where it's disturbing the surface. Rolling on the surface and I'm playing it. Could be a carp, I think, this one. And if it is, it will have proved my theory that the carp have pushed out the F1s. And that's only a good thing, but it could end up being an F1. That's a little carp, I think. Yeah, little common, I think. Soon tell. Yeah, looks like a common to me. Yeah, it is. I just saw his barbules. One way you can tell an F1 between a small common carp is a common carp has barbules, as do mirror carp. F1s do not. And he's in the net. And there you are. See the barbules there? king carp have barbules, whereas F1s don't. So that's the way you can tell a small common carp from an F1, just by looking at the barbules. Well folks, I'm going to end it on this one. I think I've had a fantastic session, been a brilliant day's fishing. You get out there, get on the method feeder because it's a fantastic tactic, and this mirror carp shows that. I've had a lot of fish today, the carp moved in and had loads of action. Thanks for watching. I hope you've enjoyed the video. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that like button and leave me some comments in the comment section. Thanks for watching, and I wish you tight lines and wet nets. See you soon.